Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel Education is an Asset. In this lecture we will be studying flip-flops and their applications. We will start our study with shift register, which uses D flip-flop. D flip-flop, also called as delay flip-flop, is a flip-flop which takes single input and provides the same output as Q. Say D is 0, Q will be 0, D is 1, Q will be 1. This is a setup of shift register, very commonly used for arithmetic operations and even for some logical operations. So in shift register, whatever input we are going to provide here, it is shifted from one flip-flop to another flip-flop, and finally we get the output after the last flip-flop. So this is our truth table. We are applying clocks here. So whatever input we are giving here, it is initially given to first flip-flop, then second flip-flop, then third flip-flop. Same way these values are given to first flip-flop, then to second flip-flop, and then to last flip-flop. We'll implement this using our very famous app, Every Circuit. We have been doing electronic simulations using this app. You can check out for other basic experiments. I'll assume that we know the basics of creating the circuits. So we'll start with our circuit here. We are doing a shift register using 3 flip-flops. So I will use 3D flip-flops. 1, 2, 3. So because it is a shift register, we'll connect from D to Q, D to Q. Here we'll give an input. For input we'll be using this logic source. This can be toggled as 0 or 1 by using this button at the bottom. This toggle button, it will change the value of this button from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. And this square pulse symbol, this is a logic train, in the sense it will be providing clock circuit. So we are giving clock same for all the 3 flip-flops. Okay, so most important characteristic of a shift register is clock is given at the same time to all the flip-flops, so that we observe the output at the same time. Output of each flip-flop at the same time. So we'll simulate this. This ground need not be connected to anywhere, but it's necessary. We'll simulate this. We'll observe the outputs here, then after the second flip-flop, then after the third flip-flop. So what we have is we are generating waveforms on the top of this page. On top of this page we are observing that, okay, we'll split the waveform. Sorry, all of these are on 0 volts. Once we give an input of 1 on the first clock, output of first flip-flop will rise to 1. On the second clock, second flip-flop output will rise to 1. On the third clock, third output will rise to 1. So if we see the results here, we are shifting 1 from one point to another point. So similarly, if we make this 0, we are shifting from one flip-flop to another flip-flop. So we'll try to go slower. I'll reduce the simulation speed. So we have a 0. Make this one first clock, first, second clock, second, third clock, third. This way we are going to generate the shifting of 1. 0, this becomes 0, then this becomes 0, and then this becomes 0. Okay, what we'll do, we'll beautify this. We'll apply LEDs. so that we can observe shifting of the values. We'll use 3 LEDs. For this we'll be requiring ground. I'll use this ground common to all of these. And positive of the diodes will connect it to the output of flip-flops. One important work what we have to do is, these flip-flops are providing 5 volt values. Because our input and clock are on 5 volts, we'll adjust the diodes value, LED's value, instead of 2 volts, let it work for 5 volts. Same way for all the 3 diodes. Voltage of the second diode will work for 5 volts. Third diode will work for 5 volts. So we are good to go. We'll try to generate the waveforms and observe the LEDs also. So we have a 0 signal here. We'll also add a waveform for this clock. Okay. This seems interesting. So clock is being changed, but because we have a 0 at the input, nothing will happen on the outputs. Everything will be 0. Once we convert this to 1, I will reduce the speed so that we can easily observe. Okay, I will make this 1. First LED should glow. Very nice. Then second LED should glow. Then third LED should glow. So now all 3 LEDs will be on. If I make this 0, first LED will be off. Then second LED will be off. Then third LED will be off. Means we are shifting 1 from left to right, and we are shifting 0 from left to right. This way we can send any logic number, but for keeping simple, I am sending ones and zeros. We can send any number from left to right. Based on the clocks, the amount of time required will be calculated along with the length of the input signal. Okay, so this is our shift register. We'll go to our next application. We'll go for our ripple counter. This ripple counter we are implementing by T flip-flop, toggle flip-flop. So toggle flip-flop, either we can use directly toggle flip-flop, or we can implement it by taking a JK flip-flop and short the inputs. J and K are shorted, it is a toggle flip-flop. J and K shorted, it is a toggle flip-flop. So what we'll do is we'll start with a simple one. Let's take a new circuit. Okay, I'll launch again. We'll start with 2 flip-flops, means we'll count from 0 0 till 1 1. Then we'll expand it to 3 flip-flops, and we'll use the LEDs to observe the outputs. Sorry. So we'll use toggle flip-flop directly, or like we discussed, we can use a JK and short the inputs JK. So we'll start with 2, or anyway we know the working principle. We'll go with 3 directly. So what we'll do is connect Q to output, Q to clock off next, this Q to clock off next, and we'll use a signal constant source 1 1 1. Okay, so T is kept at 1 for all the times, and we'll apply a clock. And very important part of T flip-flop is we'll be applying clock only for the first flip-flop. The clocks for other flip-flops will be generated by their previous flip-flops, and this should be always 1. So I'll use the toggle button here and make this 1. So I think we are good to go. Let's simulate it. One important consideration is, though we have a count written here as 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 and so on, the outputs that will be generated on the queue will be opposite here, means in the downward count. Okay, we'll just increase the speed. So we are observing change in clock. I'll pause it so that we can analyze. So here we have 0 0, here we have 0 1 1 0 1 1. Okay, so this is the way we are going to count 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Though we are saying here as 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 from left to right, on this waveform we are getting from right to left as a down counter. This is because T flip-flops oftenly are worked with negative clock or falling edge of clock, which we have not considered here. So what we will do, I'll not go deep into explaining the clock and how it is going to work, but what you can remember is, if we keep T flip-flop working for positive half cycle of the clock here, means for the rising edge, it will trigger every other flip-flop. So initially we'll get everything 1, and then it will start to reduce the values. So it will run from maximum to minimum. Or the workaround what we can do is, instead of observing the output on Q, we'll observe the output on Q bar. Okay, like I said, this is a workaround for getting output from 0 0 0 till 1 1 1, because T flip-flops are often worked with negative clock, but we are using a positive clock here. Okay, so these are our waveforms. Let's try to analyze. So we'll start here 0 0 0. We are counting in this way: 0 0 0, then 0 0 1, then 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 7. Means from 0 0 0 till 1 1 1. This is the reading what we are expecting. Just to beautify, we'll add a waveform of clock also. Let's run it. Okay, so we have enough values here. Say for, okay, sorry, we'll simulate for some more time. We'll analyze this part 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 this way, 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. So this is our truth table. Okay, we don't have a truth table here, but we know that counting is done from 0 0 0 till 1 1 1. This final T flip-flop, it will have 4 zeros, 4 ones. This flip-flop will have 2 zeros, 2 ones, 2 zeros, 2 ones. This flip-flop will have 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 4 times. Okay, so this is how we have the counter. Again, like we did for shift register, we'll try to beautify this. We'll add LED. We'll use 3 LEDs. This will count from 0 0 0 till 1 1 1. So instead of analyzing the waveform, we can observe as light. Okay, so we'll use a common ground. I'll just keep them so that we can all connect easily. Instead of observing the waveform, we can observe blinking of LEDs. Okay, good to go. Let's run it. Okay, I forgot to rate the LEDs. The rating of LED is default 2 volts, but our circuit is operating on 5 volts, so I'll keep it to 5. This also will keep it to 5, and finally third LED also will keep it for 5 volts, so that our LEDs don't get burnt. Okay, I hope everything is right. Okay, just for observation. Okay, what we'll do, we'll observe the waveform also. Okay, seems good. Let's run it. So I'll reduce the speed. Let's start a point where it is 0 0 0. Let's wait for it. So 0 0 0, observe the LEDs. 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, 1 0 0, 1 0 1, 1 1 0, finally 1 1 1. Okay, so if you want to count from left to right, we'll replace these connections. Cut this. Sorry. Cut this. Instead of from right to left, we'll read from left to right. The same thing, but we can read as 0 0 0, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, so on. Okay, let's do it. Let's wait for it to become 0 0 0. Okay, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, 1 0 0, 1 0 1, 1 1 0, 1 1 1. Okay, care should be taken that we have to read after every clock cycle. Means we should wait for the results to be stabilized. After the clock cycle, we have to see what is the result. Okay, so this is a very simple application of T flip-flop. Many complicated applications are there where we can convert the T flip-flop to count from 0 to a particular number. Say we'll